was robbing, and he's just hooding. Scrapes on his side, but this guy ain't no good. He walk all around the tongue, but he can't go abroad. Everybody know he's a big fraud. Every plane that land does give you a fright. That's why he does pray and cry every night. But people don't worry, have no fright, 'cause we gonna expedite the extra. As Robin Hansel, both of you going in a cell, please tell me now the real price for the Lamborghini. Do it very soon, do it very shortly. As Robin Hansel, both of you going in a cell, please tell me now the real price for the Lamborghini. Do it very soon, do it very shortly. Since I was young, now I old. Never know Guyana had so much gold. Ship it out but not pay taxes. I hear we owe in the millions. He spent half on them girls, them Brazilians. But soon they are reckoning a come. I laugh them, I go laugh. I run them, I go run. Run, 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 run. As Robin Hansel, both of you going in a cell. Please tell me now the real price for the Lamborghini. Do it very soon, do it very shortly. As Robin Hansel, both of you going in a cell. Please tell me now the real price for the Lamborghini. Do it very soon, do it very shortly. Just do it very quick, do it very shortly. Just do it, just do it. One of them chicks say you just come real quick. You say we're wrong, why you're moving so frantic. He's panting, he's sweating, he's trembling inside. You say I can't stay long for the ride. Bye, the shutter than a GRA invoice. Smuggling, calling, let me make my choice. My choice. As Robin Hansel, watch how fast the story spell. Lamborghini price keep changing every minute. Fix it now, my friend, make up your mind. We tired of the gimmicks, oh. All them years you rip off the nation. Now you turn overnight big politician. I believe this one gon' sink emission. Just trying hard to dodgy extradition. We talk about change and new ambition, but we know it's just pure self-preservation. Why the paperwork tight, no more magician. Soon court gon' call it for real submission. But people don't worry, have no fright, 'cause we gonna expedite the extra. As Robin Hansel, both of you going in a cell. Please tell me now the real price for the Lamborghini. Do it very soon, do it very shortly. As Robin Hansel, both of you going in a cell. Please tell me now the real price for the Lamborghini. Do it very soon, do it very shortly. Some of you laughing, some of you crying. Please don't think the guy in is stupid or stalling. They're living in mansion with pool and spouse. Guyanese living like church mouse. There is something really wrong here. This ain't right, this ain't right. That's why we gonna really expedite the extra dime. As Robin Hansel, both of you going in a cell. Please tell me now the real price for the Lamborghini. Do it very soon, do it very shortly. As Robin Hansel, both of you going in a cell. Please tell me now the real price for the Lamborghini. Do it very soon, do it very shortly. Do it very quick, do it very shortly. Expedite the extra time. Soon the FBI plane gonna land. Expedite the extra time. Ring the bell, ring the bell. Expedite the extra time. As Robin Hansel.
Hey yo, my G, where you from?
Guyana.
Ghana?
No, Guyana. Yeah, yeah. Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughters. We have the land, you were many asks for. We never see Katrina, nah, those disaster. I feel nice we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, we nah know none was slippy. Guyana, me say big up on no city. Cause this is the dear land of the free, land of the many waters, resources and trees, land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese, land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians. and Portuguese. Not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana beach breeze. Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America. Some said the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. View from gravity, are the nicest. Match time, my city, are the hypest. We see them gyal wind up in a some liquor tight dress. We are hustle from morning till night catch. Them finno Guyanese, get a youth not like rest. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line them. We not like check. We got gold and diamond, them thing priceless. Timber bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, Miami is the finest. I mean I talk about the sugar, nor the rice yet. So a Marshall, I drop the Guyanese bomb. For feed the nation, that's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese slang. Guyana, that's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. I came from a land, it have many water, many great sons and many daughter. Is we have the land, what many ask for, we never see Katrina or those disaster. I feel nice, we come from the golden city, girl born in gold dust, so we sure them pretty. The man full of faith, we don't know none was slippy. Guyana we say big up on the city. Enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Hello, Wagwan. I the nuclear family, hey master, one up fully. A one-time records, a 592, we think them. Hello, Wagwan.
Hey yo, my G, where you from?
Guyana.
Ghana?
No.
Yo, nobody not selling out. We talking facts. Facts we dealing with. Nobody not selling out. We talking facts. I been to Guyana, man. I have to go back, The way how the country looking, man, it left me shocked. Who's ever in charge? Them put we on the map. The men them look healthy, the girls them look hot. I went to a meeting. I don't know if chicken curry. Them Guyanese eating, man. The government working. 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 This one's for them haters. For them haters who attacking Guyana. Guyana, show them your little finger. Little finger, show them your little finger. Little finger, show them the 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 little finger. The government working, 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 the government working. Don't mix me with politics. I hear the Guyanese critics. I just want the country fixed. Man, I come for some kicks. Can leave the bumper fake. We call it a camera trick. And if you rest it to me, I still give it some licks. The government working. 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 The government. This is for the hater. For the hater. This is for the hater. We're running down Guyana. For the hater. For the hater. Show them little finger. Show them your little finger. Little finger. Show them your little finger. Little finger. Show them the little finger. Government working. The 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 government working. Now don't mix me. Don't mix me. Don't mix me. The government working. I don't do politics. The government Just get jacket, right? Get jacket. Walking. They're walking. Them walking.
We're ready to go with Courdel Jones. You know it's gonna be real from 8 to 9. Bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wide in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Wake up the day, it's bright time to feel the flow. Turn your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, or toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. Livewire, we'll give you the way. To the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects, it's where people meet. We're wired to your world, we got the news. On Livewire, there's nothing to lose. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Livewire with yours truly. It is the 27th of January, 2026. Good morning to the persons joining us across the diaspora. Good morning to the persons joining us across the 10 administrative regions. Special good morning to the persons in the comment section. And welcome back to those persons joining us on the news desk up there in Region 5 and Region 6. Happy to have you guys back with us again as we continue to bring you up-to-date news, reviews, and what's going on in and around Guyana. We're trying to expand as much as we can to at least broadcast on news through news entities within the region so that we have some more reach. So welcome back to all those persons joining us on the news desk. If you are on Facebook, make sure you follow the news desk on Facebook. Follow Livewire News, Livewire TV as well, as you will be kept up to date with all the pertinent information that is needed. Why are you going down by? Yeah, right? Morning, people. Right, morning. Who in the comment section? Morning. Mike Bisram and team, morning to you guys. Pretty sure you guys out and about. Mazo Inshan, morning to you. Miss Mangar, everybody, morning. Shakila, morning. Denise, Passad, Patty, morning. Guys, budget 2026. 1.5 plus trillion. Right? Listen. As somebody posted on Facebook last night, Guyana open for business. Things doing. And we're going to be moving forward. But here now, let me tell you something. Don't worry with budget presentation. right? We had we had little shenanigans last night, but we got to look at the budget debates, right? We know what the senior minister within office of the president with responsibility for finance gives. We know what the attorney general gives. We know what Minister Ramson gives. And I'm talking about budget debates. We know what Minister McCoy gives. We know what Minister Rodriguez gives. We know what Minister Manichan gives. We want to hear from these new MPs. We want to hear from you. We want to see, test your caliber, right? Your debating skills. And it will be epic. One of the moments that stood out, the hear this. Don't listen to what the minister said. Don't listen to what Minister Ashley Singh said. Listen to the background.
Not the smuggle section, not the smuggle segment of not the smuggle segment. Not the smuggle section, not the smuggle segment of not the smuggle segment.
I never see a good story to be in opposition.
Not the fugitive segment of the opposition. Somehow.
He dealing with the fugitive segment. He dealing with the fugitive segment and the smuggle segment of the opposition. Right? They're dealing with upright, legitimate opposition members. You understand me? I saw this video also. I don't know what the menu was for Parliament yesterday. I don't know what the menu was. And to tell you the truth, I don't know if this is AI or real, but it was funny as hell.
People
Right?
of the Guyanese people.
You making joke with ethnic fatigue? You making joke with ethnic fatigue? Huh? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now, guys, I want to tell y'all something before I get into today's content. Now, I provide IP service, IPTV service to persons who are interested in, IPTV, right? One of my clients yesterday, now I charge $4,500 for the service. The regular service, $7,000 for the gold package, and if you're disconnected, there's $1,000 reconnection fee. One of my clients her service was disconnected, and she sent me the $4,500 for the service fee. You understand? She sent $5,000. So I messaged her. I said, "Ma'am, there's $1,000 reconnection fee." This lady decides to call me a scamp, a thief, a PVP soup drinker. What else? Oh, a black low-life dog. A black low-life dog. And I am running her down for $500. You understand? She claims she's the president's cousin and she gonna go to the president about it. And ma'am, I'm telling you this. I'm absolutely sure the president will never uphold that foolishness that you're going on with. You understand? That foolishness that you're going on with. I just want all of you to know that despite how some people may seem, be careful around them. Be careful around them, right? And I've made my report to the ERC, and we'll take it as far as possible. As far as possible. You understand? She claims she only called me a black dog and a lick bottom soup drinker because I told her to go to the effing police. You understand? Now imagine she sends me money MMG. I send it back to her MMG, but I must bring the money and get she in her hand. And because I said, Mom, I'm not doing that, I'm sending it back to the MMG. She starts on me. She going to say, I said, go to the effing police. And because I said, go to the effing police, she decides to become a racist. But we'll see how the ERC works. We'll see what comes out of this at the ERC. I got all the screen grabs and everything. Morning to the Prime Minister's representative, Mr. Earing Ward. Now let's get into important things.
Sir, could you give me your thoughts on the budget as presented by the Finance Minister?
This here's the first, I would say, official interview of the opposition leader, Mr. Azardine Mohammed, after the budget presentation yesterday, right? And in this interview, I know Kemal King is not a confrontational individual, but sometimes it's not about being confrontational. It's to challenge people on the bullshit. It's about challenging people on the bullshit and calling out foolishness when it's foolishness. Right? So again, I don't want to make it seem like Kemal was sympathetic to his cause. That's just Kemal's nature. He can just ask you the question whatever you says, though. Sometimes I hear he challenging people. I didn't hear a challenge here. But let's listen to this interview.
Well, the largest budget ever in the history of our country, $1,558 billion, but it doesn't reflect the people. The theme for the budget is putting people first. But in other words, to me, I think they're putting themselves first. They're putting their families, they're putting their friends, they're putting their favorites first. Because as you can see, the budget is heavy on infrastructure.
Okay, I'm clicking around. No, I want to go back to this section here. Let me go again as. Why are you clicking?
Themselves first. They're putting their families, they're putting their friends, they're putting their favorites first. Because as you...
No, listen to something. Again, this is not a profound thought from Azardine Mohammed. This is Azardine Mohammed regurgitating the bile that comes out of the APNU. Right? The APNU has not proven any friends, family, or favorites. Right? As a matter of fact, that is the APNU, PNC, is the only political party that you have them on record where a minister of government says, we only giving work to we people. Right? On record. Secondly, Azardine Mohammed, since coming into the political sphere, has not proven any act of corruption by anyone. None. No favoritism, no friendlyism, nepotism, nothing. He hasn't proven anything. All he has done is make wild, loose accusations. The accusations like his sister. Wild and loose. You understand? That's all he has done since he has come into the political arena. You understand? So his claim of the budget is only friends and family and on what grounds? How you come up with that? How you come up with that, Azardine?
You can see the budget is heavy on infrastructure.
Mind you, from the president to the general secretary to the ministers of government has said the focus is on building out Guyana. You understand? So once you build out Guyana, over time, that investment in infrastructure is the need for the investment in infrastructure is not as heavy because we got roads, we got communities all over the place, everything that you need, airport in almost every region, hospital in every region, You understand me? Building out Guyana. So later on, you don't have that heavy focus on infrastructure, and the money goes back into human resources. Not like they're investing in human resources, but a heavy investment in human resources.
Hundreds of billions of dollars on infrastructure. What about the most important resource, our human resource?
Mind you, this wretch got hundreds of $1 million in infrastructure. He didn't take to think the billions that he got and just invested back into the human resources that are around he. Again, as Bascom said, check the record. When did Azzuddin Mohammed start giving back to the human resources of Guyana? After he was accused of being a part of the mastermind or having a say in the death of the Fagundes guy. Right? Azzuddin had no interest in public office, no interest in building house and getting people money for business and all them kind of thing. None.
Come on. Persons living with disabilities. Presently, they are receiving $22,000 per month. They give them $3,000 more per month. What can $3,000 a month?
It could do more than the $22,000 was doing. Right? It can do more than the $22,000 was doing. John ain't even got a photo by John. You ain't even got a photo. You talking to me by? John? Hold on a second, yeah. Please, just hold. Yeah. It doing $3,000 more than the original amount was doing. And this is why I say Azzuddin Mohammed has no clue in relation to what he's doing. Now, this $3,000 looks small and simple to him. But the government now got to take into consideration, I got to give the infant something. I got to give the school children something. I got to give the elderly something. I got to give regular Guyanese something. I still want to, all right, John, let me get ready. I go to ignore you just now. But once you come with that foolishness on this live, we can get rid of you. Thanks for coming. We want you to stay. So I can get rid of you and go and create another profile and come back. Right, John? Create another profile and come back. Y'all hold on a second. Let me get rid of John. StreamYard need to allow you to block them from the software. He's got to go back over to Facebook and do it. John, I'm coming for you. Hold right there, brother. Hold it there, Roy. Hold. But you see, I just be streaming from so much places. It's a flapping task to find them. Anyway, John, I'm going to block you after the show. You stay there and listen. You stay and listen a lot as we talk about this fool, Azzuddin Mohammed, right? And yes, John, Azzuddin Mohammed fathers, let's think of Afro-Guyanese like that. People like you as well. Anyway, now, it shows you Azzuddin has no understanding of how you budget yourself and you spread things out to make it work. You understand? How you spread things out to make it work. So he's not taking into consideration the government has to find money for all the other sectors that are around the country. All the other sectors. Azzuddin Mohammed grew up with a platinum spoon in his mouth. So Azzuddin Mohammed doesn't understand that the average person has to do things over time. You don't just go and say, hey, take everything now and done. You understand? You have to have a plan. So this is the first budget in President Ali's second term. So let me see. 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. So possibly, if we look at what's happening now, at the end of President Ali's term, over that 5-year period, you understand, he called your mother that, John. Over that 5-year, I gotta get moderators in here to deal with this here. Over that 5-year period, if we look at it at 3,000 only, public assistance can go up by 15,000. So what is the issue? Right? Azadine Mohammed thief out Guyanese money, smuggle out Guyanese gold, allegedly the mastermind of snuffing out the life of Guyanese. And this idiot here talking about 3,000. This idiot here talking about 3,000. Right? He paying people 2,000 more to go out and protest. And he talking about 3,000. He doesn't care about the thousands of persons who are on this, it's not a grant. Call it an allowance. Public assistance. Right? So all he sees is 3,000. He doesn't look at the overall figure. Take into consideration oil prices and these kinds of things. So the minister is already looking at projected income. All Azadine is seeing is the craters on his face, not even the nose that he ain't even seeing past his nose. That's it. You understand? And John, I can get a little personal with you because you're upsetting me. And I can't get to deal with you as I like.
It's not easy living with a disability.
No, mind you, this is a point I want to make. It's not easy living with a disability. But you know how many persons with disabilities are contributing to society? Have jobs, providing for themselves. So even if they get a help from the government, even if they get some help from the government, it's not for the government to carry them the entire way. Where the family there? And for all the persons who might say, hey, cruel, or you can think about disability, I have a sister who is heavily autistic, and not one day under the PVP or the AP and UFC, we collected public assistance for her. Not one day. I can tell you about that. Azadine too, you think Azadine is collect public assistance for the autistic that he got? You think he's collect public assistance for that? No. Because he realized it's his child and he got a responsibility to look after the child, despite what happened to them. Now, the government said, you know what? We have persons living with disabilities in the country, whatever affliction they may be dealing with, we can give them a brace. The government didn't say we're taking over responsibility for these persons. No country does that in the world. None. So again, I'm saying to you, whatever they're getting is a little more than what they was getting before, and that is it. People should be grateful. You understand me? And people should also take up their responsibilities. I am saying that as a person who has a direct relative, my sister, heavily autistic. She can walk, she can't speak, she can't beat herself, she feeds herself. You understand me? Heavily autistic. So I don't know where Azadine Mohammed is coming from. Everybody got a responsibility for their own. Everybody. And for any person or any person who got a family with a disability, to throw that complete responsibility on the government, you are out of your mind. You understand? You are out of your mind.
We have 50,000 persons in total receiving the public assistance. So they will get 3,000.
3,000 by 50,000, Azadine Mohammed. How much money is that? How much money is that? That's what I say. He ain't even looking at the nose in front of his face. He's still looking at the craters in it. That's the level of stupidity of Azardine Mohammed. Imagine the government got paid 50,000 people. You understand? 50,000 people, a monthly allowance, and in some cases, there is no return in terms of income tax. Nothing coming back. So they're doing a good deed with no return. And Azardine Mohammed got a problem with her. You better get from here.
Dollars increase a month. We have our pensioners, a total of 95,000 pensioners. 41,000.
So imagine 90, how much ever thousand pensioners he said? 90 something thousand pensioners. The government got fined money monthly for all of them. Mind you, this is not your working pension. This is old age pension. So, yes, they got genuine people who contribute to Guyanese society who are legitimately benefiting from old age pension. Then we got people like Azardine Mohammed and his father who will benefit from it, although they were robbing the country blind. Then we got people who ain't contribute one ass to society at no point in their life. They will benefit regardless. Right? So outside of the 40-something thousand persons the government got fine money for to give public assistance, give them a help. The government paying 90-something thousand persons, whether you contributed to society or not. You could have been a lagu bagu in a rum shop whole day, every day for your life until you turn the age and you are able to receive the pension, no problem. You understand? Just like a man who working in an office every day, just like a man who driving bus every day, once you get the age, you get the pension. How much you want to pay them, Azardine? And it shows you this is a person that never had to manage money in their life. Never had a chance to manage money. You understand? It's just rob up Guyana, get all the money. You couldn't buy whatever I want. Buy whatever I want. Could you imagine? He championing the rights of poor people. And his sister, that is it. That is how you arrive at parliament and talking about ministers and president, and you come in a Rolls Royce. You know how much poor people you could elevate with the money for the Rolls Royce? And that's to show you this is not genuine concern. You see people like real philanthropy, people like Bill Gates and Zuckerberg and them and the Amazon fella doing real philanthropy, changing people's lives in real ways. This asshole does nothing similar. Nothing similar. And without any understanding, decides to pronounce on budget 2026.
$1,000 they used to receive, they'll get $46,000 a month. I could recall the president promised $60,000 per month and a transportation grant of $50,000. So now they're...
No, this idiot, right? Hold on. Let me hear back we say here again. Let me go back a little bit. My mouse battery dying, so it's acting semi-stupid. It's acting like a Muhammad. Stop.
$41,000 they used to receive, they'll get $46,000 a month. I could recall the president promised $60,000 per month and a transportation grant of $50,000.
No, Jesus Christ. The president, you claim the president promised $50,000, $60,000 a month and $50,000 a month in transportation allowance. The president is the president for this year only, idiot. The president is the president for this year only. They ain't got budget 2027, budget 2028, budget 2029, budget 20. They ain't got more budget to come. This is how spoiled children has behave. They just eat everything and done. They got worry about tomorrow. That's what I'm trying to show y'all. This banner completely clueless. So the president manifesto promise must be fulfilled in the fourth year of his second term. They got nothing else to do in the country. Right? They got nothing else to do in the country. Raise everything to the highest point and done. And then, you know what's the messed up thing about this? And this is where it's come back down to we as a people. Right? So we as a people. Let me say, the president, they do as this Azardine Mohammed was saying. Let me say the president did as Azardine Mohammed is suggested. Raise everything to the highest point right now. You know what we as Guyanese people would have turn and do? Or at least the persons at the shops and the vendors, them up the price. Then the same as Azardine would come and holler, oh good, look at the cost of living. We can't afford nothing. What $60,000 in pension gonna buy? What $50,000 in travel allowance gonna do? You can't win. You cannot win with win. And I'm saying that to people in general. You cannot win with win. You understand? The guy is such an idiot.
So now they're only going to receive $46,000 per month and a one-off transportation of $20,000 per month.
Again, there's a 5-year period of President Ali's second term. Over that 5-year period, the president has to do and build out the entire country. You understand? He has to build out the entire country. And that's to show you this Azardine of a Mohammed has no kind of money management skills. Right? This is the people them who literally in had to, oh, I want to buy this. This month I'm going to put on 5,000. This month I'm going to put on 5,000. This one I'm going to put on 5,000. Good, I get 15,000. I could buy this now. How Azardine, Hannah, and the rest of wretches grew up. Those what they want, give me it. No problem. And a country can't run like that. You can't manage the people's purse like that. Especially, Azardine, when you and your family being thieving out from the people's purse. You understand? When you and your family being thieving from the people's purse like your head ain't good. Imagine this banner talking about corruption and friends, family, and the minister thieving up the money. No evidence, but there's a mountain of evidence of the gold smuggling, the money laundering, ties to Hezbollah, the Lamborghini, the murder paper shards. One set of evidence, and this wretch would not go and clear his name. But he's the paragon of virtue. You understand? This man going on like he's the angel Gabriel. He on the right hand of Christ. When this man is the biggest offender in this country.
We were expecting the pensioners to get their money because they saw.
And imagine. We were expecting the pensioners to get their money. So in his mind, it's not something that is paid out over time. One and done. Y'all realize, if y'all had voted Azardine in as president, right? If y'all had voted Azardine in as president, there was a high chance that this idiot would have bankrupted this country. Get enjoyed for first a year or two. Pay out all the money to everybody. Hey, look, take what you want, do you want. You understand? But in the third and the fourth year, y'all would have seen that this guy would have just drove us to the point of no return.
As well, and it's time for them to live comfortable.
And this how the ass. Sorry, this is how this guy doesn't even understand. This pension he talking about ain't got S to do with contribution. You hear me? I just said it to you. This is not your pension you get from your job. Right? This is not your contributions. This is any Guyanese, whether you have contributed or not, whether you're a nuisance to society or not, whether you've smuggled gold, lied about the Lamborghini price, links to terrorist organization, accusations of murder, wired fraud against you, you will still get the pension. You will still get the pension. And this idiot don't even understand that talking about contribute. Yes, the majority of them most likely contributed, but they are getting a pension for that. They were paying their NIS monthly for that. Old age pension is what you get regardless. So what contribution? And something as simple as that, Azadeen Mohammed don't even understand. Something as simple as that.
Okay, so you think that more should be done to give public assistance to people who are vulnerable and in need?
Yes.
No, this is where I am vexed with Kemal, but I take some issue. At that point, I just say, Rich, what is your plan? How you would have disbursed this pension over the period? How you would have increased public assistance? How much you would have increased it by? Right? And when he tells me an amount, how are you funding it, idiot? How are you funding it? How are you funding it? When you call this number, how are you funding? Where are you getting the money from?
Do you also see the importance of the infrastructure plans the government has, or do you think it's a matter of them not implementing the projects properly?
It's both ways. Firstly, most of the infrastructure, before a contractor can get these contracts, they got to give a minister 10%, 15%.
Now, mind you, Azadeen is allowed to say this part without any redress from the courts or the ministers could answer. But most likely, you're going to hear from the public, the lion. He could say that without any proof, and people run with it. But nobody believes that Azadeen is smuggling out, he father smuggling out the gold and linked to terrorist organization and all them things. None of that is true. With multiple governments saying, hey, this is what is going on. None of that is true. But this idiot could stand in front of a camera and say the government ministers got to get 10% on every contract that come out. And that is taken as gospel. Right? That is taken as gospel.
This is well-known show of this country.
By who? Did you prove it? No, mind you, they can't sue, and nobody will advance to the courts for Azadeen Mohammed because it will impede the extradition process. Let me break for a second and say, because a couple of people messaged me. Azadeen being sworn in as opposition leader yesterday changes nothing in relation to the extradition case or process, I should say, that he's going through. On February 5th and 6th, the opposition leader will take his ass to court. You hear me? He will take his ass to court. Whether he do it in a suit or how he's normally go is up to him. But he will take his behind to court and go through the process. Right? And at the end of the process, once it is deemed that there's sufficient evidence for extradition, the opposition leader will be extradited to the United States, to the Florida District Court, to answer for his crimes, him and his father. Right? Him and his father. I don't understand how people could feel the PPP could influence the US justice system this heavily to come after Asadin Mohammed. What logic? Make it make sense, man.
The corruption is rampant as it relates to these infrastructural work.
What about the corruption in the gold sector? Huh? What about the corruption at GRA with the vehicle that transfer when they're supposed to get transferred? What about the corruption with the Lamborghini? Huh? What about the corruption that use cars in the police force make the footage from when the man get killed disappear? This is literally the pot, the kettle. So Ashley Cameron is saying that public servants got nothing in the budget, right? I wanted to finish with Azardine, but I will go over to this and address it. Mind you, please don't attack Ashley Cameron in the comments. Please don't. This is what I'm saying, Ashley. There are incentives in the budget that may have flown over the head of some public servants, right? The mere fact that the income tax threshold was increased means public servants are carrying home more money from their salaries. You may not see it as an increase that says, okay, you're getting 20 or 30% more. But the mere fact that the income tax threshold, or whichever threshold they move, it means public servants are carrying home more salary. Let me come over here to some of these clips from the Ken, me and your mother, me and your dirty, stinking mother that was on North Road last night, looking hella bad. Right, Ken? Good. Continuing. Back to Ashley. Let me go over to this here for a bit before I come back to this banner. Right? So, every public servant in this country is over 18. So, they will receive $100,000 one-off. Right, Ash? There we go. This is what I was talking about, Ashley. And I'm hoping that, and you know something, people like Ashley I could see with. They're actually busy doing work. Right? This banner as them should know better. Can you come into politics? So you should be aware of what's going on. And again, nobody is to attack Ashley in these comments. We're educating our fellow Guyanese here. Right? So income tax threshold. Government will further increase the income tax threshold to $140,000 with effect from year of income 2026. So from this month here, January, Ashley, the income tax threshold was increased, right? So they will only start taxing your money after $140,000, right? So I don't know your salary, but you're carrying home a little bit more money, right? You're carrying home a little bit more money. Don't let me worry with the support for the elderly and transportation, increasing public assistance, old age pension, transportation allowance, and these things. Now, here is another way to look at this, Ashley. Outside of this threshold increase, which allows you to carry home more money, if you are someone who's taking care of your your grandmother, your mother, whoever it is, it's less money you gotta find. At least $3,000 less. Right? Let me count up the small amount of money. According to Muhammad. Right? If you had to transport your grandmother or whoever to wherever they gotta go, you know, got $20,000 towards it that you ain't gotta find. So it's either $20,000 in taxi to move them wherever they gotta go, $20,000 in gas to move them to where they gotta go, or $20,000 to use however you feel you deem it necessary to transport them. So that's you, maybe a public servant. Well, you're a public servant. Don't have to find if you're in that situation. I don't know that you take care of your elderly parents or grandmother, so this may not apply to you, right? Actually, if you're like me and have an autistic family member, it's $25,000 a month that you or I don't have to find, that the government is assisting us with. And as it says in the slide, 42,000 persons will benefit from that. 42,000 persons who are attached to that, to one of those 42,000 persons who have a disability, don't have to find $25,000 every month. So they $25,000 they got to keep in the pocket to spend on themselves, right? Same thing applies to old age pension. Introduction of annual support for school children, right? So Ashley, if you have a child, $20,000 that you would have had to find for either the school bus, passage, or gas in your car to drop them to school every day, that is staying in your pocket. The government gonna put a $20,000 in your hand, right? So sometimes it's not as straightforward as 10-15% increase in salary. There are other incentives that put money back in your pocket, and that's what you have to add up, right? The Because We Care grant, pretty self-explanatory, Ashley. If you as a parent had to find $60,000 every year to buy wherever it is your children, that's $60,000 every year that you're saving in because the government is giving that to you, right? Public servants got children in schools. Let me do a little calculation here, Ashley. Don't let's worry with the old age pension. Don't let's worry with the old age pension and public assistance and them kind of thing. Let me look at things that will benefit directly public servants, because these is things that public servants will have. So first of all, Ashley, and again, Ashley is my friend. I don't want anybody attacking her in the comments. First of all, Ashley, $100,000 to every public servant, because they would fall within the range to receive this. So every public servant, what off the bat, $100,000 to you. We're dealing with nothing for the public servants. We mightn't be able to quantify this because we don't know everybody's salary. But we're at $100,000 now, and the threshold moved to 140. So we could add something to the 100,000 because you're carrying home more money with your salary. But we can add nothing. We still at 100,000 cash grant that public servants receive it. Right? Don't worry with this. Don't worry with this. What's this? Increase in public assistance. Don't worry with that. Don't worry with old age pension. Introduction of transportation allowance. Public servants have children in school. 20,000. Right? So we have 120,000 to public servants already. Let me continue. What else we got? Because we care grant. Right? Public servants got children going to school in public and private school. So there's $60,000 to each child. But let me say they got one child. So 100,000 cash grant, 20,000 transportation allowance for the child to go to school, 60,000 because we care. We at 180,000, and we'll add the 5,000 for the uniform voucher. So we at 185,000, right? Let me continue. What's this? Other costs of living measures. Governments will set aside $9 billion to ease living pressures or something. So we can't quantify this. We know where it's gonna go towards. Remove tax on all 3 vehicles and outboard engines. Don't gonna benefit public servant. Public servants ain't got time with her. Government will extend once again. Okay, so they're adjusting, they absorbing the freight costs that increase. They're absorbing the gasoline costs that increase. Public servants got car and they drive in. So this is a continued benefit. We can't quantify, so we can add nothing. What else I got? Provisional housing. All right. Reduction in taxes and double cab vehicle. Okay. Removal of duty and VAT on security equipment. Okay. Increase in low income mortgage ceiling. Public servants going to benefit from that, Ash. And currently, 185,000 in your pocket for this year, right? Establishment of Guyana Development Bank, US $100 million. Right, good. This is people with disabilities, women, vulnerable groups. Revised export allowance. I don't know what that is. Removal of corporate tax on agriculture and agro-processing. Special development zone. National cash grant. Okay, we back at the thing there. So based on what we see here, public service could expect 185,000 back in the pocket. Right? So I would disagree if you're saying public servants ain't getting nothing. It may not be 10% salary increase announced, but they're getting something. Plus, I am absolutely sure at the end of this year, the government will raise public servant salary again, retro to January 2026. So just hold firm, Ash. Hold firm. I know you're working hard and you're doing the right thing. Hold firm, sister. Back to this idiot.
Like what I highlighted these things all the time, right? We have $81 billion, for example, for NDIA, through NDIA, National Drainage and Irrigation Authority. Now, from this $81 billion, ministers...
So, he doesn't tell us about the $81 billion and gives us examples of projects or anything. He jumped right back to Minister Zulfikar.
Zulfikar. He got so much shell companies.
You understand? This banner ain't show you one single company registration, one single business registration, and tie the person in the business registration or the persons on the company, tie them to Minister Zulfikar. What evidence Azudin Mohammed got to this? Why has Kemal King interrupt him and say, sir, where is the evidence of this? Can you provide it to us? This guy is just allowed to say whatever he wants.
He got his friends receiving all these contracts. Look at all these pump stations. Up to now, we got these pump stations in Region 3. They can't be completed as yet. Why build more?
No, listen to something. I agree that the pump station, some pump stations in Region 3 aren't completed. Right? I agree some aren't completed. But is work going on them? Is work happening? You were just embarrassed the other day when you went to an area trying to pretend like the people aren't working. And the contractor was there to pull you up. Azadin has no knowledge about civil engineering or construction whatsoever. So that's why Amir from Sheriff had to turn and say, no, you can't say that. Most of the work happening on the ground. So what are you talking about? And make him look absolutely stupid. Right? Makes him look absolutely stupid. So you jumping on pump station now. And mind you, They got thousands of projects happening across the country. Thousands of infrastructural projects and contractors doing things around this country. I will dare say to you that out of 100%, they got about 85% of the contracts are on track. The contractors completing on time and doing good work. The rest is worries. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? A man bid for a contract and do stupidness. What we gonna do? We just gotta correct it, take back the contract, get to somebody else. This guy operates like there is some jurisdiction, some country somewhere around the world where every single project starts and finishes on time. Where every single project has no hiccups. You don't have no bad weather. You don't have no shortage of staff. You don't have no shortage of materials in the country. Nothing at all. Everything works like clockwork. No problem. None whatsoever. It's not realistic.
Things.
This banner father said there's no businessman that has pay all the taxes. If we are allowing for a marginal error like that in relation to the taxes, we gonna allow something for government project too? Or is only you father allowed to not pay taxes and nobody question anything?
And you can't finish the old ones, the ones that were there since these contracts. Look at all these pump stations. Up to now, we got these pump stations in Region 3. They can't be completed as yet. Why build more things? And you can't finish the old ones, the ones that...
Now, if this is not the stupidest statement I ever hear in my life, if this is not the stupidest statement, why build new things where you can't finish the old ones? So you're trying to tell me, Azadin Mohammed, as president of this country, remember you don't got no power over the procurement process, you know. Remember you know this, I'm telling you. So when the government, if under a win government, God forbid, y'all put out projects for persons to bid, and a contractor bid and win the project, right? Gone to build the project, can't complete it on time. You're saying as a government, you're not moving forward. Anything else? You're moving forward, nothing else. So the whole country on a standstill until that one project done. Yeah, this is the guy that people wanted to be president. This is the guy that people wanted to be president. Y'all are, bro, trouble.
Were there since 4 years ago, right? We need to invest in we need to invest in the human resource. I always mention our most important.
No, that is how he thinks he'll get the support of the people, right? That's how he thinks he'll get the support of the people, by saying, give the money to the people. Give the money to the people. I am no people. We like money. You notice I said we, right? We like money. So, and more so black people, according to Shell. According to Shell, more so black people, black man like money. According to Shell Mohammed. Money, 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 money. All we the study is money. So that is what he's trying to do. Appeal to the people by talking about, oh, don't build nothing. Don't do no projects. Right? Don't build nothing. Get it more, share out the money. Share out the money to the people. Share out, share out, share out. And that's how he think he can garner support from the general public. Because the public say, Mohammed won't give me money, but we got support, man. Mohammed won't give me money. Bye.
Resource is a human resource. The Because We Care cash grant. I was expecting more for our children. We have a total of 205,000 students. And now they will only receive $85,000. And they promise.
You hear this, Bano? You hear this, Bano? The promise
$200,000. I can recall clearly in the campaign trail and letter, President Irfan promised.
Let me ask about that. Because I wasn't elected. Let me ask somebody about that. I highly doubt that. 200,000, a 50,000 cash grant, and he 200,000. Okay. Let me check. I highly doubt that. That don't make no sense. Oh, shucks. No, they owe the country. I forget the president in there here. Who buy? Oh, she's supposed to know. Hi, Chief. Morning. I'm trying to find out. Azadine Mohammed said yesterday that the president said in Letem that the Because We Care cash grant gonna be 200,000. So they never said 200. No, man. He said election trail. On the election trail. All right. Yeah. No, Because We Care. He's saying that the president said the Because We Care would have been 200,000. Thank you. From 50. Right. Good. Got you. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Got you. We can check the transcript. And trust me, all them things got transcript. Anything the president said, the ministers them said they got transcript. We can check it. You understand? Highly doubt it. I don't believe that. I gotta go and call some other people and confirm elsewhere. But that person there, if they in here though, I'm telling you it's not though. But we checking the transcript before we say gospel. But I am saying I never heard anything but a $200,000 Because We Care grant. And this is how dishonest Azadine Mohammed is. That he would go and lie on something like that just to try and turn the people against the president. You understand? Just to try and turn the people against the president. The same president that bring back the same Because We Care cash grant that the previous administration take away from the people there. Now think about it. If you're a business owner, right? And you paying somebody a salary of $50,000 a month. That person portfolio in change. They get a little more responsibility. Right? You are raising their salary 300%. 300%. Think about it. Because we care $50,000. Nothing in this country ever raised a high one time. 300%. The highest was 50% when the AAP and UAFC increased their salary for government ministers. 50%, not even the AAP and U venture to do something so crazy. You understand? So, again, I will agree that there may have been a promise to increase the Because We Care grant. But $200,000 in the first year of the second term? There's got to be somebody stupid on this.
$100,000 grant and $100,000 transportation. Now,
okay,
I saw
so
Ashley announce $85,000. So this budget, it's not for the people. It's not for the people of this country. It's just for a selected few.
Okay, so you and your MPs have been very busy recently, going out, pointing out on social media projects that you believe to be corrupt, projects that are taking too long.
Exactly.
Is that the kind of opposition we're going to see for the next 5 years?
What kind of question is the Kimal? What kind of question is it? But it's a valid question. Are you going to be an opposition that uses the parliament to raise concerns, or are you going to be a jackass opposition out making videos on the road? Sorry, Kimal, that's a good question. Go ahead.
Yes, we will be on the ground every day.
They're going to be a jackass opposition. Thank you. He confirmed for us.
We will
Thank you.
ensure we hold the government accountable every second of the day.
Who is holding Azardine accountable? Imagine as the U.S. indicted fugitive offender talking about holding people accountable.
All the schools behind all these hospitals, behind all these pump stations that are behind, we will keep highlighting them over and over until they get it right. But this budget, we're not pleased with it. $1,558 billion. I think the people put our people first. Invest in our most important resource, that is the human resource. I didn't hear anything about the public servants. We got so many nurses, so many patient care assistants that haven't received their salaries up to now.
Which nurse, which patient care assistant didn't receive salary, Azardine? Y'all know the nurses in this country. When they upset, we just know. Which nurse and patient care assistant? PCA. I never hear about the PCA. PCA. Hold on, let me ask somebody. And let me show y'all something. I'm glad all y'all here. Let me find out something. Is there something called a patient care assistant? Oh, okay. Got you. Yeah, so there is a patient care assistant. I didn't know. I want to show y'all something. Remember, Azardine says, everything terrible, nothing ain't happening right, it's beer corruption, this, that. I want to show y'all what's happening in hinterland communities in Guyana right friggin' now. I seem abusive this morning, but honest to God, and I should have done this last night, but budget presentation took precedence, right? Let me just show you guys what is happening in the hinterland communities in terms of healthcare that Azardine Mohammed and his team don't know S about. This make me want to cuss up because of the stupidity, right? Let me show y'all what's going on. Just let me download the videos. I didn't. This is a photo. Hold on. And I'm sure everybody here gonna be surprised. Y'all look at this here now. Come on, mouse. Don't get me upset. Let me come off of this idiot here a little bit. Let me show y'all what progress and real governance look like. Not just talking smack, not just talking S, but real governance, real change in people's lives, making a difference in people's lives. This is what it looks like, right? Let me upload the videos as well, because you can hear it's a Photoshop photo and it's in real and whatnot. So after I show y'all this photo, I'm gonna show y'all this videos. Just a second. Okay, one more. Good. Now, remember, all these hospitals that didn't do all this. Oh God, oh, we gotta highlight everything. You understand? But he highlighting the worries that he doing. Now look at this. This here, come off the screen. This here I want to show you guys is in the community of Maracaibo, region number 5, an indigenous community. This is about 90-something kilometers or 90-something miles. Hold on. Hello? Thank you. So I just confirmed. The president said 100,000 because we care on 100,000 transportation. Indeed, what Asradeen said. But my point is, he didn't give a timeline. And he didn't say in the first year of his second term. It will happen gradually over time. So back to this here now. Remember, the government didn't care about the human resources in the country. The government don't give a shit about nothing in the country. So here is Maracaibo village. Maracaibo is 90-something kilometers or miles. One out of the two. I know there's a big difference in terms of kilometers and miles. But it's 90-something up the Maikoni River. Right? Up the Maikoni River. You can either get there by boat, which is a 3 to 4 hour boat ride, or you get there by going through Linden and driving around. That, the persons you're seeing here, that's the medics for the village, the midwife, the CHW, and the PCA. I can call one of them a PCA, because I didn't know we had PCA. One of them is a PCA there. I know who's the man in the middle. He looked very casual. But I want you all to focus on what is in front of them. Right? You see that there? That is a drone. Right? That is a drone. So in the past, when persons are sick in these far-flung communities, the medics, the midwife, and the driver used to have to jump in an ambulance and bounce these people down the trail. Bounce these people down the trail to get them to the closest hospital because the health center mightn't have the medication or they mightn't have the expertise to deal with it. One of the first things the government did was introduce telemedicine so that these medical professionals in these communities could have access to doctors at the snap of a finger. Now look what else the government did. Now this is where we go to the video. So the government now has drones that are flying to these communities with supplies, medication, and whatever they need. Look at this. This is the drone leaving. Let me deal with it when it comes, right? This is the medics collecting the medication from the drone when it landed. This is the medics for Maracaibo village collecting the medication from the drone, right? So they don't have to take anybody out to the mission. They ain't got to go nowhere. This is him loading back up the medication in the container to send it back to the central hospital, the main hospital, right? So this is the kind of investment the government is making in these communities around the country, right? But Asradeen Mohammed is not going to talk about this. He can talk about a few errant contractors who aren't fulfilling their responsibility, right? Now let me show you the drone leaving Maracaibo and going back to Linden. Look. Let me start over. Let me look. hear the excitement in the chair and them voice. I bet Guyanese didn't even know these things going on in this country. Look, let me look. It's gone, the drone gone back to Linden. Gone, the drone gone back to Linden there. From Tilling Maracaibo. Right? And this is not a budget for the people. There's not a government that care for the people. I say to Azardine Mohammed and Win, every single Guyanese in this country is a friend, a family, and a favorite to the Irfan Ali administration. You understand? A friend, a family, and a favorite to the Irfan Ali administration. And again, I'm saying, I'm sure a lot of Guyanese didn't know that this sort of technology is being employed in our indigenous communities around Guyana. This creates job for drone, pilot, all kind of things. I got manatees these things in the sky. But no, the government don't care about the people. The government don't care about the people. Azardine Mohammed would prefer to go into an indigenous community and claim everybody suffering. They got dead. Oh God, they got dead. Oh God, they got dead. Oh, they got dead. Oh. Now, I just want to show y'all, it's not just a cake shop operation. They got a whole setup in the village. Let's show y'all this last video here. And I'd like to show these progressive things. Because if I don't show you, you're going to see it. You're going to hear it from the Shadow Minister of Health. Right? This is where the drones them are housed when they're in. This is how the drones are housed when they're in the villages. Look. You understand? So it was not a cake shop operation. It's not a cake shop operation. The government actually doing things to benefit people. But you will not hear that from Azardine Mohammed. You're not going to hear that from him. You're not going to hear that from him. And he wants to be the one talking about corruption and people and corruption. You're highly out of order, sir. Highly out of order. Could you believe? Azardine Mohammed wants to lecture Guyana on corruption while he himself on the serious international cloud. That's not credibility. That's audacity. You don't fight corruption by running from scrutiny, Azardine Mohammed. And the government of Guyana and the ministers that you involve and the people in the private sector that you involve, they faced your scrutiny and debunked everything that you had to say. They fought you, Minister Zulfikar, Minister Susan, Peter Lewis, Amir Hamad. All of them fought you by facing you and providing evidence contrary to what you said. But all you're doing is talking. You understand? I'm saying to you, Mr. Opposition Leader, there's no more authority without accountability. Corruption is not fought by slogans or social media performances. It's fought by full disclosure, Azardine Mohammed, transparency, Nazir Mohammed, and submitting yourself to due process in Florida District Court, Nazir and Azardine Mohammed. The two of them have not done that. More authority comes from accountability. Until Azardine and Shell submit to it, you have none. You should be the last person talking about corruption or anything of the sort. So you, Azadeen Mohammed, you go and you seek restitution before you seek righteousness. If you want to speak about protecting public funds, then the first step is simple. Return what the state says is owed. Resolve the matter fully and transparently. You cannot claim to defend the Treasury while the Treasury is still demanding restitution from you. Pay first, preach later, Azadeen Mohammed. Right? Now, I want to say this. Voluntary disclosure is the bare minimum. Anyone serious about anti-corruption knows this principle. Transparency starts with self-disclosure. If you believe in accountability, disclose your tax affairs. Regularize any breaches that are found. Subject yourself to independent review. Right? Accountability doesn't start with pointing fingers. It starts with opening your own books. Clear your name before demanding others be cleared. Before you mention Minister Zulfikar, Minister Rodriguez, Peter Lewis, Sheriff Construction, clear your name. If you believe you are innocent, there's a clear path. Resolve all outstanding matters, Azadeen Mohammed. Submit to lawful processes. Clear your name fully. Until then, every accusation that Azadeen Mohammed makes sounds hollow. Innocence is proven in process, not proclaimed on Facebook. Anti-corruption is not a costume you put on. You don't get to wear anti-corruption language as a shield while serious questions remain unanswered about your own conduct. That's not reform, that's camouflage. Anti-corruption is not a costume you wear to hide from scrutiny, Azadeen Mohammed. And again, I've been saying this over and over. This is not about the PPPC. This is about your credibility. This debate is not about defending or attacking the PPP. It's about who has standing to make accusations. The rule is universal. If allegations hang over you, you don't lead the charge. If you're problematic, you stand back. You resolve your matters first. This standard applies to everyone, or it applies to no one. You can't be both accused and accuser. In any serious democracy, a person under significant legal or financial clout does not position himself as the nation's moral compass. You can't be both the defendant and the judge in the same case. Right? So we want accountability. And accountability is action, not rhetoric. If Azadeen truly believes in accountability, here is the order he needs to follow. Step 1, Azadeen Mohammed, resolve all outstanding matters. Step 2, make full disclosure. Step 3, clear your name. Step 4, that point, that is when you enter the public accountability debate, because you free clear on everything, free and clear of everything. Accountability without action is just noise, right? And I say this to all Guyanese looking here now. Guyana deserves better than selective morality. Guyanese are tired of selective outrage, where corruption is only bad when it belongs to the others. Corruption doesn't change. The definition doesn't change based on who you're talking about. Azadin Mohammed does not lack a microphone. Azadin Mohammed does not lack a microphone. Azadin Mohammed lacks standing. Return what is owed. Disclose fully. Clear your name. And then, only then, speak about corruption. Right? You can't preach accountability while dodging it. I said it earlier. Pay first and then preach later. Clear your name before calling others corrupt. And most importantly, Azadin Mohammed, accountability starts with yourself. Starts with you. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the day. I'll see you here tomorrow. Why this thing ain't working? I'll see you here tomorrow, guys. Same time, same place. I am hungry. Let me go and get some breakfast and do my little walking. Guys, keep active. Anyway, as I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about...
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere. Make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it.